In this section, you'll be learning how to create an Adobe PDF proof and previewing separations and transparencies for the page. If your documents need to be reviewed by others, you can easily create Adobe PDF files to transfer and share. There are several benefits to this convenient format. Files are compressed to a smaller size. All fonts and graphics links are self-contained in a single composite file, and files are displayed on screen and print the same whether opened in a PC or a Mac. InDesign exports directly to PDF. First step is you need to go to File Export. The majority of you already know how to export these items. The file name, you can call it Cover Proof. Cover Proof. Save type as Adobe PDF Print. Some more prompts will show. In the Adobe PDF preset menu, choose High Quality Print right up front, up top. This says High Quality Print Modified. That's completely fine. Standard, don't worry about. Compatibility, make sure it has Acrobat 6 or 7 or 8/9. These are the versions that will be able to show layers, since we're working with different layers on this. And make sure you click on View PDF after exporting. Make sure that's checked, and also make sure Create Acrobat Layers is checked as well. After you've done that, you can click Export. This will export it into less than 13 file, and I had automatically preview PDF automatically show up, and you'll see this is my preview at the moment. I'm going to minimize my preview and go back to my InDesign. It's need to be color separated. For commercial printing, you can use the separations preview panel to gain a better understanding of how each portion of the document will print. In order to get to that separations preview, go up to Window and Output and go to Separations Preview. This panel right here shows the different separations of your colors. For example, the View turns to Separations. These are the different items. These colors are the CMYK colors. These colors are the Pantone colors. Some printers may not be able to print that. If I hide my CMYK colors, majority of my colors disappear. If I hide just my cyan, you'll see the different options if you hide or display different items. Look through those and see which previews are available. There's also available an ink limit, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, and you'll see it's back to normal. If I go to separations and I choose Pantone 3155C and I deselect it so it's not viewable and do the rest of the Pantones, you'll see my colors of my fonts disappear. Next, we're going to make sure they're visible again. We're going to go to Off, and we're going to go to our swatches. In our swatches, click the color named Pantone 3155. You can have your swatches panel set up like this, or you can come up here to the top fill portion and you'll see the different names of swatches. This is 3155. And you can click or delete the swatch in the bottom right, or you can right click and duplicate. In this case, you'll see if I select and press delete, nothing happens. But if I select here and press delete, it goes away. It deletes itself. I'm not going to worry about adding it back. It's no big deal. If you want it back, just press Control Z. Now I'm going to show you how to preview transparency effects. Documents that contain objects to which transparency effects such as opacity and bleeding modes have been applied usually need to go to a process called flattening. In order to see the flattening previewer, we can minimize these and go to Window Output and Flattening Previewer, which is in this little panel if you haven't closed this panel out. Right now it's got none selected. If you select transparent objects, you can see the items in red are the ones with the transparent items. Notice how the two objects at the top of the page are displayed with red. You can use the highlight to help identify areas of your layout that may be unintentionally affected by transparency, because sometimes transparent objects do not print as well as non-transparent objects. If you want to see different other items that are inside this page, in these pages, for example, outline strokes, these are the fonts with outline strokes on them. Here, all rasterized image regions, affected graphics. In this case, we're going to choose none. Now that you've previewed the color separations and areas of transparency in the layout, you'll preview the page to get an idea of how the final cover will look when printed. At the bottom of the Tools panel, down at the bottom left corner, you'll see the screen mode at the top of the page. In this case, we're going to use the bottom left corner panel. This says Normal. Click and hold, and you can go to Preview mode to preview this. This is what our preview looks like. You can select again and go to Bleed. This is the items outside of the printed area. Then any images outside of this printed area will not be printed. And if you click Slug, you can hover and you can come down and see at the bottom of the page, this is your slug. The slug is where all your printer information goes. If you want your printer to say only print black and white, or only print the color background and everything else black and white, or only print Pantone colors, then this is where you say that. The print itself will not show your printing instructions. Only items inside this frame will be printed on the normal final document. This is only for the printing company. If you go back to the screen mode, press and hold and go to presentation mode. This is what your document looks like in presentation mode. If you just press escape on your keyboard, it goes back to normal. After confirming that the file looks acceptable, you're ready to print. So that will be the next video.